Hi everyone, new scrapbook layout for you today, and this one is a challenge layout. So there was a post put up by the lovely Sarah of Lottie Loves Paper on the Lottie Loves Paper Facebook group and Instagram, and it was basically like a tic-tac-toe or like a noughts and crosses board, and you had to pick a line going across or diagonally or whatever, and it basically told you what you had to use on a layout. So my one was I didn't want to pick it myself because I would have picked one that was a lot easier. But I got Stephen, my husband, to pick a line for me, and he picked the one that said a bread or a flare, striped paper, and stars. Which, when I first see which one he picked, I did kind of death stare him a little bit because I was going, it's the worst one he could have picked for me, mainly because of the stars and the striped paper. I had no idea what I was going to do, but I really, really like how this layout turns out. So, as you can see, I go a bit crazy with ink, going down the blues and greens theme again. But as you may have seen just now while I was waffling on, I did back the photo with some striped paper. That paper was from the recent Simple Stories Crafty Girl range, I believe. It's got those like crafty words on the back, but the stripes were really cool and they had some really cool blues and stuff, so I decided to go down that way. I did back the photo and then cut off this little section as well, just so that there was definitely lined paper shown on the layout. As you can see, I just drew round where the photo was going to go because I was planning on stamping some stars. So this star stamp, and another one that I use is from Jelly Bean Soup. It's like a Jelly Bean Soup stamp set. And I've lost my acrylic block, so I was just using the lids firstly from the ink that I'm using, which is an Archerville ink one, Ranger one. In black, which is awesome. And then I decided to emboss. So I embossed the solid stars, I believe, with a gold embossing powder. That's Wow embossing powder. And this little what is it, funnel to put the embossing powder back in is actually from the pound shop. It was in like a little travel set thing. Along with the spray bottles I used to wet the background at the start of the video. So for £1 you got the spray bottles and a little tube to put the embossing powder back in the, well, effectively put the embossing powder in. I do spill it all over my desk in a second. So yeah, so I just popped these stars on and decided to emboss them. Get embossing powder everywhere, as you can see. Oh dear. I was covered in glitter by the end of this, but you know, it's all fun and games. So I'm just going to emboss these. As you can see, my picture or my layout is warping quite a bit, so I do flip the whole page over and heat the back, which does help sometimes when it comes to flattening out the layout. After this video was done, I did end up just putting like some heavy albums on it to flatten it out a little bit. Decided that the whole thing needed an extra layer, but nothing too bold, as in a paper. So I decided to use this vellum that I'd had in my stash for quite a while. It's kind of like a frosted one that's got little flowers on. Just to add an extra layer. Add in a butt ton of tape, and we'll be sticking this down now. The embellishments I use for this layout, are actually from the March Lottie Loves Paper Kit. At the minute, I'm just sticking down the tickets because in this photo, I've not even spoken about it, to be honest. This photo was taken of me and Stephen, or we took it of ourselves, obviously, when I dragged him along to go and watch 50 Shades Freed, which is the last of the 50 Shades of Grey films. I love them. I don't care. Absolutely love them. And it was a little date night, and it was actually quite a funny night. We did have a laugh. So all these stickers I'm using now are part of the Lottie Loves Paper March kit. This is incredible. There are some stickers that I can't use because obviously I've never been abroad, so like the planes and stuff, but I make it work, especially that like great memories that can be used for anything. So I have the stars, I have the striped paper, and I just added a flare, which again is from the March kit. Just going through some word stickers, and then I thought I was done, and I kind of thought it just looks a bit empty. So I've just added a few little enamel dots from my stash, and then I'm thinking, so I used this Posca paint pen in gold just to add some extra detail in those little clusters of stars. Sorry if you just heard my chair squeak then. And then I thought this top left hand corner looks very, very bare. So I was going through all the embellishments and stuff and couldn't really find anything that I wanted. So I went back to my very faithful tiny word stickers that I can't remember what these are from. Just put in some really cool quotes and how much I love him, and oh, I'm being soppy. And then just some of these ones, which I believe were the February Lottie Loves paper kit. I'm not too sure, but I fell in off of every single word sticker on them. But yeah, this is nearly done. So thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Bye!